Hey YouTube, this is South NJ Trains and Destinations, and here I'm going to give a brief look at this very old Dell Inspiron laptop. I actually got this out of a tech recycling bin somewhere, and yeah, I did expect this thing to be broken, but it wasn't. This thing's actually fully functional and everything. So I thought I'd give a quick look at it. And believe it or not, this thing is actually very old. So this is a 15-inch Dell Inspiron laptop. Now, taking a look at it, you do have that aluminum top. Port selection is not that bad. You got the power, USB 2.0, HDMI, or sorry, that's not HDMI, that's SD card. The HDMI is here on the other side, along with more USB 2.0 ports, Ethernet, and the headphone jack. As you can see, it's not that thick. And that's pretty surprising considering how old this thing is. So as you can see, so this is the Inspiron P39F, or specifically the 5547, and this guy was made in 2013. So we're talking about a 10-plus-year-old laptop here. It doesn't look 10 years old, but that's how old it is. And you can also tell the age because it has a Windows 8 sticker on it. Now this one is running Windows 10, but it did come originally with Windows 8. And yeah, it is pretty incredible. So again, this is a 2013 laptop, but 10 plus years later, it still works. Clearly the original owner, who's a Blue Devils fan. Clearly, the dude who owned this really did take good care of it. So, I mean, there are a few marks on the aluminum, but there's no dents or anything. The sides are good. So, clearly, this thing was well taken care of over the years, and it actually does fully function. So, opening up the device, there are a few bubbles there from slight delamination, but as you can see, it is fully functional. It works just fine, and so yeah, it does have Windows 10 on here, so as you can see. And even though it does not have a Windows Precision touchpad, I was able to get it pretty close. It actually almost feels like one. The touchpad is actually really good. Again, for a 2013 laptop that has a pretty good touchpad, that's surprising. And also, this is a touchscreen, believe it or not. So if I get out my little stylus over here, so there's a stylus, as you can see. Yeah, this thing is a touch display. Now, touchscreens were... This is around the time when touchscreens started coming out on laptops. I wouldn't say... I guess in a way it was more like a gimmick, because obviously you're not going to draw on this or anything, but, it's a cool little feature to have, especially on something, again, from so long ago. So, anyway, let's check out what's inside this guy. There we go. So you can see the 2 taps to right click, that's working. So if we go to our task manager here, it is a little slow, and you'll see why. So this is actually running let's close that out. So this one is actually running the Core i7 4510U. So this is a very old processor. Again, talking a 10-year-old laptop. So this is a Core i7 processor. That being said, though, it does have 8 gigs of RAM. So for a 2013 Windows laptop to have 8 gigs of RAM, especially running in dual channel, that's pretty good. I mean, it is DDR3 RAM, but still 8 gigs of RAM. Now, what does make this slow is that it does have a WD hard drive in it. It's a 1 terabyte hard drive. SSDs were around in 2013, but they were pretty expensive, so few laptops had them. It does have dual band AC Wi-Fi though, and then of course you got your Intel integrated graphics. But as you can see, everything functions normally. Again, it's very impressive that something this old is operating so well. And also, it does have a backlit keyboard, as you can see. So it's got 2 settings there. But yeah, it has a backlit keyboard. It's all quite nice, actually. Now, again, because of the hard drive, it is pretty slow. So I am launching Google Chrome right now, and it's going to take a while. And also, because of the age, this cannot be upgraded to Windows 11. So when Windows 10 does run out, this thing will be obsolete by then. Although I'm pretty sure there's a way to install Windows 11 on it. It's just you can't do it officially on this guy. But this is the reason. Now, this here is the reason why, unfortunately, this is not all that usable anymore. Simply because the hard drive is so slow. Now, if you're more tech inclined, you can obviously swap it out with an SSD, reinstall Windows, and you actually have a pretty decent machine. Again, you got the backlit keyboard, the Core i7, 8 gigs of RAM. So this is still very usable in 2024. All you have to do really again is just swap out that hard drive.